now that I'm going to be doing this primarily solo, now that Wayne has decided to retire and just be a guest from time to time. So it left me with, what am I going to do next? How am I going to continue this? And my thoughts took me to realize that Wayne and I have been talking about loving life. And we talk about all the aspects of loving life in the enjoyment sense. Meaning, we've always talked about travel and having fun, fishing, cooking, drinking, cigars, and things like that. The fun part of life. But it can't be whole unless we're talking about the entire life. Predominantly, our audience is 40-ish to 65 and above in age, male and female. Now, when we use the term old guys, guys can be also used for our women as well, right? So I remember my mother, we had the neighborhood playhouse, and all the kids in the neighborhood was playing, and she would yell out the door, "Hey, you guys." And she was talking to the girls too. So anyway, I digress. So in order for us to talk about the whole life, we need to also focus on the problems of life. Now, in the demographics of 40 to 60 plus, 70, 80, whatever, from 40 to the grave, let's say it that way, you have a whole host of problems that comes up in your life. Stress from your job, stress from your family, medical issues, whether it be physical or mental. I could sit here and list 100 things. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about life, the day-to-day things that go on in your life that cause you trouble. Yes, we celebrate the good times in life with cigars and spirits and beer and travel and good times with our family. But what about the family issues that you deal with from day to day? You have brother-in-laws and sister-in-laws and mother-in-laws, and you have co-workers, and you have people in your life that you meet and you deal with from a day-to-day basis that causes you stress. How do you deal with it? How do you get past that to get into the good part of life? When you reach a certain age, you start having all these medical problems, strokes, heart attacks, diseases. We will be covering all of this. Now, my credentials, am I a professional? No. Let's lay that out up front. I am not a professional medical person, and I'm just a guy that's going through the same day-to-day issues that you are. So, where do we go from here? You guys, my listeners, are going to send me the comments and talk about things. And we're going to talk about those issues here in this place. Stress, like I said, dealing with family, dealing with coworkers, medical issues. I will be getting a professional to come in from time to time on different topics. We'll hear it from psychiatrists. We'll hear it from nurse practitioners and doctors. We'll hear it from other people in our peer group that are going through the same things that you and I are, and how to deal with these things, how to get past it, how to get through these medical issues. Now, you know as well as I do, if you're 40 something, medical problems come up. They do for everybody. How do you get past it? Where do you go from here? We're going to all experience it and learn about it together. So what do you think about that? I think it's going to be an enhancement to our show. Not only are we going to talk about the good times, but we're going to talk about the bad times. And we're going to get each other through the bad times and move on to the good times and celebrate the good times together. I have brothers, nephews, cousins, and sons, and many coworkers and friends that are in our demographic, 40 to the grave. So in these last 40, 50 years of our lives, let's make the most out of it. So that's what I intend to do with the new format of the show. We're going to move through all this together. We're going to support one another, and we're going to see each other on the other side. Now, with that said, Wayne and I have never dealt a lot with religion and politics on the show. We're really not going to get into the politics so much, other than what might have to deal with healthcare issues. But we are going to touch a little bit on Christianity, and not so much one religion over another, but how to cope and how to appreciate. We want to focus on the spirit within us, our soul, our spirit, who you are. That's where we're going to go. We're going to take care of that soul so that when you move from this place to the next place, you're going to be better. And you're going to have a wonderful life in the last years here on this plane. So it's a big, tall order, isn't it? We're going to do it. You're going to be there with me. You're going to support me. I'm going to support you. And we're going to get through this. I have issues. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. Talk to my sons. Let me tell you that story one day. But we're human. We make mistakes. And we're going to get through this. I had a period where I didn't speak with my brother for the longest period of time. My mother went to her grave hoping that my brother and I would reconcile. We did, but not until she went into the grave. Now that's sad. How much more pleasure she would have had in this world. I know many of you are going to miss Wayne, and I'm going to hold him to his promise that he comes in and sits in on the show from time to time. He's off on a cruise now, so when he gets back, I'm going to wrangle him in here in the next couple of weeks or so. I really hope so. Also, we had a great time in Savannah, and I appreciate your wonderful comments and supportive emails and notes that you folks have sent us, letting us know that you enjoyed that little tour of Savannah. My wife and I had a really good time. It was great to get away from the house for a few days, and actually it came out into our benefit because we attended. I talked about this a few weeks ago. We attended a timeshare talk, or whatever presentation you want to call it, and as a result of it, we got $125 in gift cards. We had the 2-night stay in Savannah, and we got a 5-day cruise. So I think we came out pretty well in that thing, and we did not end up buying a timeshare either. So hallelujah for that. All right, guys. So we're coming up on the 15. I'm not going to make this very long. I appreciate your support. Give me your feedback and send me your comments. This is going to work if you guys interact. You guys interact with me. Tell me what's going on with you. I'll keep you anonymous, I swear. And we'll work through our life problems together. All right? So with that, I want to thank you all for listening. The new season. This will be Season 2, Episode 1 of Old Guys Podcast. Thanks for listening, guys. We love you.